As a trader, I'm sure you want to keep the record of your performance over time, and you want that performance record to be as accurate as possible. Unfortunately, many of the trading sheets out there that I've seen on some YouTubers and in different communities are wrong, and they're giving you a wrong result. And that's not necessarily on purpose. It's just that the way they're constructed are giving you wrong results. Today, I'm going to go over the traditional spreadsheet that many people use, and you might have something similar as well. I'm going to show you what's wrong with that, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing and how indexing will help you get accurate results regardless of your contributions or withdrawals. Let's start by taking a look at a simple spreadsheet that I made here for this video, and it's not something that I use. It's just something that I've seen people use. There are different versions of that, but they all have the same underlying principle, and the principle is that you keep track of your NetLiq daily, weekly, or whatever you do, and then you have a separate column in which you keep record of your contributions or withdrawals. Most of the times it's with contributions, and then down the road it's withdrawals. Then they have some either running profit and loss or daily profit and loss percentage or something. And the way they do it, generally speaking, is that at any point in time they will deduct all of the contributions. And let's just concentrate on contributions because that's usually what people do. They add money to their account, and unfortunately adding money to the account and running these formulas will artificially inflate your returns, and you will think that you're doing better than you actually are. So the same works in reverse with withdrawals, but let's just work on contribution and see what something like that might look like. Now, I'm going to make some exaggerated numbers here just to drive home a point and show what it looks like, because you might not see many differences on small day-to-day movements. You're not going to see much differences, but even small contributions over time will add up to large differences in actual versus what the spreadsheet is showing. But I'm going to shorten the process just to show you what the idea is. So let's have a look here. So I made up this sheet. It has a NetLiq here, contributions, withdrawals, and then has some formulas here. And the formulas are very simple. They're basically taking the ending number here in the NetLiq, taking out all of the contributions or withdrawals, or adding back withdrawals up to that point, then dividing it by the original NetLiq and calculating it as a percentage. So let's just run some example. Let's say over any given period of time, your NetLiq was 10,000 and now it's 11,000, and the spreadsheet will show you that you made 10% return, which is fine, makes sense, no issues there, right? You can continue on, you can make another addition, another increase in NetLiq and 20%, and that kind of makes sense. It's intuitive. You made 2,000 on 10,000 overall, and your performance overall is 20%. And keep in mind, it really doesn't matter the time period. We're just saying for this period you made 10%. But let's say now that after this period you decide to add 8,000. Now, adding it 8,000 to 10,000, it's a lot. Also, it's 80%. You're basically adding 80% to your original NetLiq. But let's just run with the numbers, and let's put in 8,000, and that would obviously, without any additional profits, that would bring your NetLiq on that day to $20,000, which would correctly show you on that day, would correctly still show you 20% on your original 10. Now, suppose you continue with the same performance and you still make 10% on your NetLiq, on your current NetLiq, which is now 20,000. So your next increase at 10% would be 22,000, and that now shows 40%. So here, you might not see it right away, but this is the problem. This is the beginning of the problem. And as you can see, you jumped from 20 to 40%, but your actual performance is just 10% like it was before. What's happening here is you're making the same percentage on the larger sum, and then you're taking that contributions out and comparing it to the original NetLiq. So you can see that this is going to become a problem over time, even if these contributions are much smaller. Even if you only add $1,000 here, and then this goes to 13 instead, and then you're going to go and make, it doesn't really matter. Over time, you will continue with these contributions, and they will all add up. And every time you add a new contribution, you are now making money on a larger NetLiq. and comparing that return against the original much smaller NetLiq. So the more money you add, the more skewed your results are going to be. Now, why don't people see that? Because they usually track this daily, and this is the contributions are much smaller as comparing to the NetLiq, and it can get hidden, and you can just not notice it. But I'll now go to my spreadsheet where I do indexing, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done properly. I'll show you the formulas and how to handle it, and then I'll show you what my results would be if I didn't do that, if I instead used something like this. Okay, so let's take a look at this is my actual trading sheet, and maybe this is a good time for me to just mention that if you haven't seen my recent video from a few days ago called The Unified Options Trading System, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below, because this is my trading plan. This is my new trading strategy, trading system that's replacing all of the trades that I was doing up to this point, and it's a very good strategy, very strong. I encourage you to watch it, and I hope you like it. Now let's go back to my sheet here. So I keep track of two different things. One is since inception, when I started doing these types of trades, and then one is year to date. Now, year to date is derived from the original one. So we'll just go back to the original one that has all of my contributions added as well. And for the moment, we'll just ignore the SPY, because I index my NetLiq and I index SPY, and so that I can keep track of how I'm doing overall against the market. And I'll show you a little bit about that later on. Here is what you need to do. At any starting point, you start with your NetLiq here, and that number is whatever it might be. For me, it was 14,928. And then disregard the SPY column and go to index right here. And that column is going to show just the first cell, C3 in this case, divided by the actual amount in that cell, and that number stays the same until any contributions is added to the account, and then it's multiplied by 100, and that will always give you a starting point of 100, regardless of what the amount is. You're basically dividing the number by itself and multiplying by 100, which is always going to be 100. From that point on, you will see that the formula stays the same. The only number that changes is the first number here that follows the NetLiq as it changes. And basically, if you start with 100, then 102.26 means that you are 2.26% up, and then 98.79 means that you are down 1.21% since the beginning. Now I have another weekly NetLiq performance tracker that then takes it week by week, but that's for this purpose. This is not important at the moment. These numbers are week over week. I do it once per week. So as you can see here, this number, NetLiq and index number, go down with the same formula all the way up until a point where I put in extra money. And here I have a little rules here, just so that it's clearly visible what I'm doing. I'm adding here, on this day, I added $7,020 to the account, and obviously my balance is going to go up. Now I have to adjust for that so that my actual performance matches that week over week, and I'll show you at the bottom. I'll show you how that's done if I'm adding any money. But here you will see that from this point on, this number that was up here, that was 14,928, now changes to this number. This number is here is shown as two combined numbers in parentheses. It can be a single number. It was just easier for me to calculate. And this number, there's no formula to calculate this number. This is a little bit of a manual process to find that number, but once you find it, you don't have to change it until the next time you add money. As you can see here, the next day, next week, the number is the same here. And you again multiply by 100, and you get to a new indexed value. So this is 107. And I did the same thing here, adding 6,682, indexing the whole thing, and I'm at 1193, which means at this point I'm at 11.93% return from the original money, accounting for all the additions and not skewing them. So I had 3 additions here, and then I continue on with the same number, and you will see here that the number here doesn't change all the way until here when the number changed. And I'm going to go and make an assumption, for example, that today I am adding, let's just call it 10,000 to keep it even. Let's make it yellow so it's visible here. So let's say that I added $10,000 today, and my NetLiq ended up, after the profits from this week, let's say I profited roughly, I don't know, 52. So let's say 62. I'm just making up numbers, doesn't matter. I want to show you the process. 62. You can see here that my index NetLiq would jump hugely, which is not accurate. So for the moment being, just to find the correct number, I will add an equal sign here, and then I will add minus 10,000. And I will take a note of this number here, which is, and I'll put it right here, 127.43. This is the actual number. This is the actual performance for me week over week. As you can see here, I made about $1,000, assuming I went to 52. So that's about 2% roughly. It doesn't really matter. That's the number that we're looking for. Now I need to go back to this number and delete this. Just put it back as it was. And in the indexing value, I now need to change this denominator in parentheses. And to do that, you just get guesstimate. Just, it doesn't really matter. Let's say we go here we had 35,000 instead of whatever number was there, just to get us somewhere in the ballpark, right? So 124, and we are looking for 127. This is now a little bit of a manual process, and it works in opposite direction. So if I want to increase this number, I need to lower this number. So let's go to 33,000, and I went too far, right? So somewhere around 34,000, we're going to be much closer. So I need to go a little bit higher. I need to go higher, which means I need to go a little bit lower here. So 33.7, and I know you're very close. 127.50, 127.43. So we just need to increase this number ever so slightly, and maybe just add here 50. Oh, I added too much. Maybe add 20. 39. Still need to go just a little bit higher, so let's just go this one lower. 28, and there you go, 127.43. So that's the number we were looking for, and from this point on, we just pull down the formula going forward. Then next time we increase NetLiq, it will accurately represent the actual percentage. So this is how you do it. This is indexing. Let me now show you what would happen, and then let me just delete all of let me just delete the changes that we made, and let me just make sure that my formula is correct. If you did what the other spreadsheet would have done, and this is taking out from my final NetLiq, taking out all of these things here. Let's just say we take equals this one, and then minus sum of all of these. Let me see if there is no, there's no. Okay, so let's just add all of this together. Then we take this number, and we take equals this one minus what is going to be C3 as our starting point, right? C3, just bear with me, minus C3. You will get this number, and then you take equal this number divided by C3 again, and turn this into percentage. And all of a sudden, I'm a much better trader than I thought I was, right? I'm making 47% as opposed to 25%. So you can see how these medium-sized additions comparing to the NetLiq can make a huge difference in the actual actual return as shown in the standard spreadsheet. So this is it. I wanted to just maybe show you what you can do then you can take some numbers from here and pull out your performance year to date or things of that nature. You can do based on the NetLiq. Now you can do, or not the NetLiq, index NetLiq, you can do your spreadsheet. This is the year to date one of my portfolio versus SPY. And then this one is since inception. My NetLiq is here in blue. We're steadily marching up. But as I said, with this new strategy, I think our returns are going to be much more stable, and we're going to separate further from the SPY. So make sure you take a look at that video. Just if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. Please share it with somebody, leave me a comment or topic for future video. Thank you very much. Have a great day.